My name is Rich Hanlon. I'm your Adirondack Nature Guide. One of the things I always appreciate about trees is that even in death, they continue to gift life to the forest community. And for the past several months, I've been watching a pileated woodpecker as well as a couple of hairy woodpeckers foraging on the trunk of this beech snag. And if the woodpeckers are active here, that tells me that there's some bug activity here as well. Let's go in for a closer look. Look what we have here. It's a non-stinging insect. That's right, non-stinging, so nothing to worry about or be afraid of. Insect called a Pigeon Tremex. And they have what looks like long stingers, and it's a tool on their body that they use to deposit their eggs within the bark of dead and dying trees like this beech tree snag. Now, I said it's not going to bite or sting me, and it won't. It's not able to do that. However, look at those bold colors. Watch when I put my finger in front of it. It'll do a defense display that's made to cause would-be predators to think that this is, oh, I should step back. When you see bold black and yellow like this in nature, it's usually an indication to back away because there's danger. But this is a kind of mimicry. It makes it look like a dangerous hornet. Ready? Watch this. It's displaying those bold colors. And I want to give you a closer up look and tell you a little more about the activity of how these Pigeon Tremex, one here, and there's one up here too. All right, so we have at least two on this beech snag right here. Let's take a closer look at how they go about depositing their eggs under the bark of the tree. These Pigeon Tremex are called Horntails because both the males and the females have a spine projecting from the end of their abdomen. You can see that here. You'll notice two additional spines oriented straight from the center of the body of this female Pigeon Tremex, and she's using these to inject two things within the bark of this tree. One is her egg, and the other is a small amount of fungi that will soften the wood around the developing larva and make the wood more easily digestible. After a short time, the eggs will hatch, and then the developing larva will live off of the inner bark of the tree for about a year, after which time it will enter into a pupa, which is kind of like how a caterpillar enters into a chrysalis before emerging as a butterfly. The Pigeon Tremex emerges from the pupa as a mature adult, ready to enter the next stage of its life cycle. Now, we can see on this tree some of the holes that were left behind by the Pigeon Tremex as they matured into adults. Here's the holes, these little circular holes right here. That's what's left when a Pigeon Tremex leaves the tree for good and enters into the stage of life that we see before us right here. When you see something in nature like this that catches your eye, it's always worth asking, what are its relationships? How is it connected with everything else in the forest community? In the case of the Pigeon Tremex, a couple of ways that it's connected with the forest community are, one, its relationship to the tree that it's on. The larva actually will help with the decomposition process of dead and dying trees as they make food out of the tree's inner bark. Another way that the Pigeon Tremex is connected with the forest community is its relationship with the woodpeckers that live in the forest. The larva of the pigeon Tremex provides a good food source for woodpeckers in this forest. I wonder, what other relationships might you uncover about how the pigeon Tremex is connected with the forest community? It's worth a wondering, some observation, and perhaps even a little research. I'm very thankful that today I got to share with you a look into the life of the pigeon Tremex. Just goes to show you, every tree is worth a closer look. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.